OpenRock have just released their brand new, affordable open-style earbuds, the S2, so that's what we are going to have a quick look at today. Hi, my name is Andy and you're watching Andy's Tech Tone. Thanks for tuning in. Before we do anything else, quick disclaimer, I got the earbuds from the manufacturer for testing, but I'm not getting paid nor did I give preview privileges to anyone, so all you get is my honest and unfiltered opinion. And starting with a quick history lesson, OpenRock have given us some great open-style earbuds in the past couple of years. It was the OpenRock Pro first in 2023 with its boldly designed carry case, and then in the same year came the predecessor of the S2, the first-gen OpenRock S. And then in 2024, they announced their most premium offering to date, the OpenRock X, which is still one of my favorite open ears as of making this review in 2025. As for the S2, which comes in just under the $100 mark, it shares no design traits in common with any of their siblings, be it the original S or the more expensive X. Compared to the first-gen buds, the S2 follows a more sleek and more of a compact design language. But the basics did not change. We still got a speaker unit up front sitting just outside the ear canal, a battery unit behind the ear and an ear hook which connects the two pieces. As I said, the buds are compact and lightweight at only 7 grams each, and the general build quality is also good. The flexible titanium wire ear hooks and most of the battery unit have a soft silicone coating, but the speaker unit itself is hard plastic. Overall, the long-term comfort is excellent. I had no issues with wearing the earbuds for hours on end. The fit is secure for running or even cycling, and there is the IPX5 rated rain and sweat resistance, so the S2 can be your perfect training companion on the road. But there is a caveat to all that. While I truly find these buds to be comfortable and I tested them doing all sorts of exercises to confirm that the fit is indeed snug and secure, I'm not happy with how the speakers are positioned relative to my ear canals. They are too high and away, so my perception of the sound quality and maybe more importantly the maximum volume I can get is lower than what the 12mm dynamic drivers are actually capable of. Pressing down on the buds just a little bit equals to turning up the volume by at least 30 or 40%, and that's a significant difference. I also get more bass and a more dynamic sound overall this way, but I just cannot keep the buds in that position. And in their default position, the speakers are not quite loud enough for me to use them on the bike, and I barely get an output powerful enough for casual outside use. And even though I tried, these thin and flexible wires in the ear hooks cannot be reshaped or adjusted in a meaningful way without the risk of breaking them at least. And that's why I love the tiltable and rotatable hinge design of the OpenRock X, and even those thick ear hooks of the original OpenRock S, which allow for some minor adjustments to dial in their fit. Of course, depending on your ear anatomy, your mileage with the S2 can vary. Onto the pebble-shaped plastic carry case, it has a much smaller footprint than that of both the first-gen OpenRock S and the OpenRock X. It's compact with a profile slim enough to fit in most pockets easily. The S2 case comes with a textured coating, providing you with a secure grip in your hands, and there are these speckles in the finish, the pattern of which is unique to each and every unit. The hinge on the lid has a bit of a play when closed, but it's springy and it comes to a hard stop when fully open, and as such it gives you easy access to the earbuds. As per usual, there is a status LED at the front, but the USB Type-C port is located on the right-hand side of the case, as they could not fit it under the hinge at the back due to the slim profile and the curved shape. The only downside is that the compact case does not support wireless charging, but we get a 5 minutes quick charge, which will provide the buds with enough juice for an extra hour of use. Normally we get about 8 hours of playtime on a single charge with the buds, and the case can fully recharge them 3 times, which makes the total playtime up to 32 hours. But please keep in mind that these numbers are coming from tests with the AAC codec, and using LDAC will significantly reduce battery life, so your mileage might vary. When it comes to the wireless features, the most interesting fact about the OpenRock S2, at least on paper, is that it comes with a Bluetooth 6.0 compliant chip. And while this most recent version of Bluetooth shows improvements in many areas compared to the previous generations, the average user will not see any benefits of this upgrade. At least not for now, mostly due to the lack of compatible source devices, but this will probably change in the future. As of today, the actual feature set we get is practically the same as on any other earbuds. There is support for the LDAC, the AAC and the SBC audio codecs, we get multi-point use aka dual device connection and single bud mode. But future-proof Bluetooth 6 or not, the LDAC and the multi-point features are still not working together, so as soon as you enable one, the other gets disabled. But when the multipoint is active and in use, we get automatic audio takeover with both phone calls and media playback. What we will not find is a low latency game mode and the option to switch between devices manually from a list in the smartphone app, both of which are features that some competitors such as Earphone or Soundcore have on offer.
And in case you were wondering about the sound quality of the built-in microphones, here's a quick audio sample for you. So this is the phone call quality you can expect from the OpenRock S2 while you are outside.
Onto the controls, OpenRock gave us physical buttons, which are located at the bottom of each battery unit behind our ears. The buttons are easy to use with your thumb, but you will have to grab and pinch the top with your index finger to make them work. And pressing the buttons will not give you much of a tactile feedback, if any at all, so it's not perfect, but at least the controls are usable across all conditions and we get decently quick reaction times as well. In the app, you can remap the functionality of the long press action, but the single, double and triple press are all baked in and cannot be changed. Still, you get all the media controls including volume, you can activate your voice assistant or handle phone calls. And on top of these basic functions, there are another two that are worth highlighting. First, you can take a photo with the camera of your phone using the buttons. With a single press, you get a 3 seconds timer regardless of the settings in your camera app, and if you press the button 4 times, a photo is taken straight away. Second, the earbuds can be turned on and off individually using their buttons, so you don't necessarily have to have the carry case at hand at all times. Both of these features can prove to be handy in many use cases, and since the pressable buttons will work across all conditions without fail, I have to say that overall I'm quite happy with the controls. And the OpenRock smartphone app also offers a great range of options and settings. We get a few audio presets along with a 7-band manual EQ, a max volume limiter and an overtime wear reminder to protect your hearing in the long run, custom controls, a spatial sound switch, a left-right sound balance slider, an LDAC switch, a multi-point switch, an auto power-off timer, volume settings for the voice prompts, Find My Buds and firmware upgrades. The app is available on both Android and iOS. Now onto the sound quality of those 12mm dynamic drivers, you will have to keep in mind that I was struggling to get a good sound of the earbuds due to the less than ideal positioning of the speakers in my case. The bass is thin, the mids are hollow and boxy, and the sound is rather bright thanks to the energy which is still present in the highs. But if I were to push the earbuds into a more optimal position and held them there, I would get a sound which is more comparable to that of the Soundcore Aerofit 2, for example. The sub-bass is not quite as extended, but the mid-bass punch we get is similar. The mids become more open and warm with a more natural tonality. Vocals take a huge step forward on the soundstage, and that does not only improve speech intelligibility, but it also makes the overall sound a bit more cohesive. The treble does not change that much, as the top end was already detailed and energetic with the speakers in the so-called wrong position, but since the bottom octaves and the mids improved a lot, that brightness I experienced before is replaced with a more balanced frequency response across the whole range. And there is almost a night and day difference in the perception of volume between the two positions, with the first being barely loud enough to use the earbuds outside, and the second being just as loud as the Soundcore Aerofit 2. So let's just say that the OpenRock S2 is indeed capable of delivering a very enjoyable sound, as long as the speakers fit your ears better than they do mine. Unfortunately, however, no matter where those speakers are, the spatial sound feature does more harm than good by adding some nasty reverb to the sound, but this tends to be the case in this price range with all these earbuds, so nothing new here. And to wrap things up, as you can imagine, I don't really know what to think of the OpenRock S2. Well, apparently I drew the short straw in this case because of the issues I had with the speaker positioning. But acknowledging the fact that others might be more lucky in that regard, I can say that the S2 is actually a great set of open ears thanks to their compact and comfy design, including the carry case, the button controls, including the camera remote, and of course there is the future-proof Bluetooth 6 chip as well. That all can make the $100 of money well spent if you need some sweat and rainproof open ears for your outdoor activities. And you might find a good deal for yourself depending on where and when you watch this video, so please have a look at the links in the description for actual prices and possible discounts. And that's it for today. If you liked the video, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Feel free to leave a comment should you have anything to add or ask. Thanks for watching everyone, hope to see you all in the next one.